guys, fans, Robin here, back once again with some Marvel Champions for you. Today I'm playing Crossbones again, but this time instead of playing Spider-Woman I'm going to play Hawkeye to try and show you how the Hawkeye and his arrows worked. Hawkeye and the arrows sounds like quite a good band name. So I've upped the difficulty slightly, not hugely, but I've gone for Crossbones 2 and 3 form rather than 1 and 2, so it's slightly more complex because it was fairly simple last time. This time I don't think it's going to be that much more difficult. I have defeated Crossbones a number of times in practice, not probably all go horribly wrong this time. This is actually the second time I've recorded because I realised I played a game wrong, but never mind, or a rule wrong, but never mind, we'll just crack on and hopefully we'll get into it. This time I'm playing, starting with the attack of Mount Athena. So I've created my experimental weapons deck here, and I turn it over and I have to draw one of those cards to give to Crossbones. And he has got the exosuit, which is one I do not like. It's attached to the villain, and it basically gives him +1 scheme and +1 attack, which is pretty nasty out the back. But I can discard it with giving him one of each type of energy. I can actually destroy it, which is quite good. So I might be doing that fairly soon in this game. And the other thing to remember is because this is Crossbones 2, when he's revealed, I have to search for the machine gun and give it to him, and then shuffle the deck. Well, I just took that out and shuffled it. So there it is. There is Crossbones machine gun. Crossbones machine gun does indirect damage when attacking. So that means he does attack distributed across the hero according to the boost that I draw. Draw a card, take the boost, and then do damage according to that. So, and you can distribute it amongst your fighters if you've got them. You've only got them at the moment. I haven't got any others. I haven't got any allies. So that's the way. We'll see how it goes when the time comes. But I think we can crack on, so we'll talk about indirect damage when it happens. So I can take 6 cards. What have I got? A Vibranium Arrow, Hawkeye's Bow, Hawkeye's Quiver, Lead from the Front, Explosive Arrow, and Team Training. Well, I've got Hawkeye's Bow out, which is quite handy. I will play that at the beginning. You can actually use Clint Barton's special ability to search for the bow, but I have it here, and that enables me to fire some arrows and gives me +1 attack. Clint Barton isn't that much use at the start of the game, so I'm going to pop him over to Hawkeye straight away. You can exhaust Hawkeye to stand the bow. Possibly I should have done a mulligan, but I didn't think about it. So what am I going to do here? I've got to look at things I have got. I've got a Vibranium Arrow and a Explosive Arrow. So let's see how they work. Or maybe I want to get rid of that exosuit, actually. But if I do that, I'd have to get rid of Hawkeye's Quiver, which is quite a handy card to have. But you know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to get rid of Team Training, Hawkeye's Quiver, and Lead from the Front to get rid of that exosuit. It's nasty stuff. So the exosuit has gone straight away. Leaves me with a Vibranium Arrow and an Explosive Arrow. I'm going to risk keeping both of those and just do very little. I'm just going to attack the 3 I haven't reset. Old Crossbones thing there from last time, but it's 14. I'm just going to attack with Hawkeye. We'll do 3 damage to Crossbones to put him down to 11. So I'll attack with that. I keep these 2 arrows and I put Hawkeye back up. 3 new cards. Hawkeye only gets 5. And I have picked up now, I've got Explosive Arrow, Vibranium Arrow, Sonic Arrow, the Black Knight, and Expert Marksman. Well, okay, so what am I going to do? Crossbones is going to attack me, and I'm going to risk taking it on the chin. So he's going to do 2 damage. But before that, when he attacks me, I remove 1. I didn't put my ammo counters on the Crossbones machine gun. There he goes. 2 ammo counters. I remove 1 of those, and I'm going to take indirect damage. I'm going to take a number of points. I'm going to take 1. There's 1 boost icon on there. That's 1 damage, 1 indirect damage, taking Hawkeye down to 8. And he has 9 hit points, which isn't a lot. And then I'm going to do the boost card for Crossbones, which is 2 plus. He has piercing. I haven't got tough. It's 2 plus 2. So he's going to do 4 damage to me. So that's straight down to 4 already. Clint Barton is feeling hurt, but what can I do? That's the end of Hawkeye's. Oh, I forgot to put a scheme on there when I started, so that's it go. So I think that's everything he's attacked. I haven't done an encounter card, so I need to do an encounter card, and the encounter card is Hail Hydra. When revealed, each Hydra minion engaged with a hero takes an attack action against the hero. Each player who is not attacked this way searches the encounter deck and discard part for a Hydra minion, puts it in play, engage with them, and shuffles the encounter deck. So I've got to find a Hydra minion. Hydra sidearm. Madame Hydra, that's not a good start. She is tough. Give that a shuffle. So Madame Hydra, she cannot take advantage while the Legions of Hydra scheme is in play, which is something, because it's not. After she schemes or attacks, place 2 threat on the Legion of Hydra side scheme. Ow, 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 ow. She's got 6 damage. I think she might be getting a vibranium arrow where it hurts in a minute. So let me see. Okay, so that is everything done. Hawkeye's turn. I'm going to use the Black Knight to put down Expert Marksman. Use the Expert Marksman to fire Explosive Arrow, which does 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged. So that does 3 damage to Madame Hydra. I won't. Does 3 damage to Madame Hydra and 3 to Crossbones, taking Crossbones down to 8. I've got 2 cards left. I've got to keep both of those. Can't do anything else with those, but I will. I've got to exhaust Hawkeye's bow. I will attack with Hawkeye, and it's 2 plus 1 from Hawkeye's bow is 3 damage. I'll do the 3 damage to Madame Hydra to take her out before she does anything too mean and nasty to me. So I'll flip over onto Clint Barton's side because I don't want to take damage this turn because it could get very nasty indeed. And then unexhaust everybody. Just realise you might not be able to see the bow. And then it is Crossbones' turn. So the first thing he's going to do is add 1 to the scheme, and then he is himself going to scheme, which is going to be 2 plus 2. So it's going to be 3, which is going to complete this scheme, which you could kind of see coming. It's going to complete that scheme and do the new one, which is the Infinity Stone, and when revealed I have to reveal the top card of the experimental weapons deck. He's going to get another experimental weapon. It's the laser rifle, which gives him range, which means I can't use retaliate should anybody defend with him, and that's attached to the villain there. And then he's going to draw an encounter card, which is when revealed the villain's scheme. So he's going to scheme again, so I draw another card. So that was advance. I'm going to draw another card, and it's Hydra Bomber, which adds 1 to that scheme, so he does 2 more scheme plus 1 for Hydra Bomber. So that's 3 scheme out of the blocks on the Infinity Stone already. Okay, so my turn. So the first thing I think, I didn't draw cards. I need to draw 3 more cards. So I'm starting this turn with Team Training, the Power of Leadership, 2 Sonic Arrows, and a Vibranium Arrow. Not very useful at the moment, so I'm going to start. I'm going to exhaust Clint to heal myself back up to 7, and I'm then going to turn him over. I'm going to exhaust his Expert Marksman and get rid of Team Training to play a Sonic Arrow, which will deal 3 damage to Crossbones, taking him down to 5. And place a confused token on him. So he's now confused, which isn't much good when I'm in Clint Barton form. Isn't anything else I could do. I possibly should have used a Vibranium Arrow there, but I couldn't have killed him anyway. So we'll see what happens. I'm just going to draw 2 new cards this turn then. 1, 2, which means I now have 2 Vibranium Arrows, a Sonic Arrow, the Power of Leadership, and Lead from the Front. Let's see how that goes. So, start by advancing the scheme by 1 for Crossbones, and then it could all get messy. He is going to attack, which means that Crossbones' machine gun will go off. Removes that token, which removes the machine gun, puts it into the discard pile, but it does mean I do 1 indirect damage. So that's 1 damage to still got no minions in place or allies in place. It's 1 damage to Hawkeye, taking him down to 6, and then he will attack. Oh, it's +1 attack. I hadn't seen that. +1 attack. +1 attack plus another 1, so it's +2. So Crossbones is 2, so I do 4. 4 takes him down to 2. Forgot the laser rifle does +1. So he's confused, and he did 4 damage there. So if please don't give me another attack, or I'm probably dead. Or I can exhaust these now. I can exhaust these. I could have defended. Wasn't really worth it. Raid the armory in Site 1. When this card is revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So 1 threat on there. The main scheme's already up to 5. And I've got to do a discard from cards from the top of the encounter deck until a weapon attachment is discarded. Reveal that card. So I'm looking for a weapon attachment now. It's a Hydra sidearm. There's another +1 to his attack, and it's a force interrupt when attached to villain attacks. Gains when the attachment attacks, the attack gains range. It's +1 damage, and I can again. It's a bit like the laser rifle, really. But I'm up to smelly things happening to me now. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, let's see if we could put some hurt down now. So I'm going to use Expert Marksman and get rid of Lee from the front to throw a sonic arrow at Hawkeye. And that does 5 damage because he's already confused. I don't mean at Hawkeye, I mean at Crossbones. He's already confused. So that deals 5 damage, which takes him down to 0, which kills that version of him off. Bosh. He's gone back to his lair to lick his wounds and returns as Crossbone 3. He's now got a 3 attack, which is pretty horrid. And I have to reveal another thing from the experimental weapons deck, which is an energy shield. Spend resources. Basically, is attached to the villain. He's going to retaliate 1. So if I haven't got ranged, it could get horribly hurty. Right, okay, so the bow and the marksman are both exhausted. I've got 3 cards in hand, so he's now on 16 wounds. I have got vibranium arrows at my disposal. I think I'm going to exhaust Hawkeye to ready the bow, and then get rid of 2 cards, so 1 vibranium arrow and the power of leadership, to fling another vibranium arrow at Crossbones, which takes him down to 10. But this is horrid. So I'm going to flip Hawkeye over into Clint Barton form and turn him back and deal myself 6 cards. At the end of that turn, I've got ready for action! Goliath, Sky Cycle, Electric Arrow, Energy, and Strength. Okay, so first things first is that I'm in here alter ego form, so it's going to be scheming, but the first thing he does is just advance the scheme, which completes it. So the Infinity Stone scheme is completed. We're now on the getaway, which is when reveal another top card of the experimental weapons deck, and if I complete this game at the end of the game, I've got all 3 of the 4 experimental weapons out now. And a force response. After he attacks me, I discard 1 card from my hand. The power gauntlets. I can't get rid of these. It's really hard to know what to do for the best. So then he's actually going to scheme, and I have got. There's nothing to add. So he just schemes for 2. I think I'm going to fail. It's hard. I think I'm going to fail. Okay, and then he's going to use an encounter card, which is Caught Off Guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards are discarded this way, this card gains Surge. So I'm going to get an upgrade. I'm going to throw away the Expert Marksman. No, I'm going to throw away the bow because I'm in Clint Barton form, so I can get it back for the cost of a resource. So that's the end of my turn. And if I can't put him down this time, I think I'm going to lose. What have I got up my sleeve? Have I got very much in my sleeve? Well, the first thing I need to do is get my bow back. So I'm going to use my action. I'm going to spend my ready for action resource to get the bow back. 4. And then I'm going to heal Clint for 3. Takes him back up to 5. And I'm going to throw down 4 resources to play Goliath. Goliath gets +4 attack until the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, discard Goliath max once per phase. So you can get +4 attack. So that could be really handy. I am going to turn Clint over. Then I use Expert Marksman to gain 1 resource. I'm going to use Sky Cycle to play my Electric Arrow. Exhaust the bow. Deal 3 damage to Crossbones. And significantly, it's going to stun him. And then I'm going to use Goliath to thwart for 2, to take 2 off the getaway. We'll do some incidental damage to Goliath. Adds 1 to Goliath. All my cards are exhausted. I've got no cards in hand, so that's the end of my turn. I'm going to unexhaust everybody. Remember, Goliath, Crossbones is stunned, which is quite significant. I'm going to draw 5 new cards. And I've got the Power of Leadership, a Cable Arrow, another Cable Arrow, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and the Sky Cycle. I'm pretty sure that is not what I wanted at this point in time. But we'll see. It may be okay. It may just be okay. Okay. So, Crossbones, he's going to scheme. He's going to put 1 on the scheme. I'm going to draw... he's going to attack, but he can't attack because he's stunned. I'm going to take the stunned card off of him. And then I'm going to... He's going to... My encounter card, this could be significant. It's Hard as Nails. Oh no! When revealed, give the villain a tough status card. If you cannot heal 3 damage. So, he's got a tough status card at just the wrong time for me. He's now tough. What can I do here? Okay, so that is the end of Crossbones' turn. He's tough and I've got to deal 7 damage, otherwise I think I'm going down. My Cable Arrows are next to useless. They remove threat, but they're next to useless. So, okay, so I think this is what I need to do. I'm just going to attack with Hawkeye. That will remove the tough status card. Then I'm going to use Goliath's action to add +4 to his attack. Shouldn't have 3 on it, they should just have 1 on it. Attack is going to add +4, which means he attacks for 5, taking Crossbows down to 2. And then I'm going to use Cable Arrow to play Sky Cycle. Sky Cycle, which I attach to Goliath. Attach and Avenger, max 1 per ally, and then I can exhaust Sky Cycle and ready the attached ally, so I can ready Goliath, and then I can attack with him, so that puts 1 token on him, and then I can attack with Goliath again, and do another 5 damage, which will kill Crossbones. Oh, luckily I had Sky Cycle there. It was a really tough call. Just did that. And I have to say, I definitely only took 1 damage because he did one thwart at the previous go, and I put a 3 counter on it, but it should have been a 1 counter. That is significant, but it's still okay. So there we go. That was horrid, frankly. And another go, and I would have been out had I not got that Sky Cycle. I nearly messed it up. I thought I could use Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but I've already exhausted Hawkeye, and he got that tough status card. But I just managed to squeeze out the win. Hopefully that all played okay. Where my good cards were, I don't know. We've got some nice things in here. It's got a quiver which enables you to keep pulling arrows out of the deck, which I don't know where it's gone. So lesson learned there. I threw the quiver away early on, and then I really missed it because the quiver enables you to go through the deck and pull out arrows. So that was a big mistake. I suppose one of these things I hadn't really looked at the deck. I thought, because many of the cards have multiple instances of them in, there is only 1 quiver. in the deck. So that was definitely a mistake, and definitely something I will learn from. Expert Marksman, there's at least two. There's two copies of, I think, and it's a good card, but actually the quiver is even better, and obviously together they're really great because you can keep pulling them out with the quiver and then using the upgrade Marksman to reduce the cost of playing them. But yeah, the rookie mistake there, playing that quiver, but hopefully that gives you a little idea of how Hawkeye works. You've got a cable arrow, which is really good if the scheme's getting out of control, but it wasn't. It would have been really handy a couple of turns earlier when the Infinity Stone had a lot of threat on it, but it didn't come out until the getaway only had one threat on it, so it wasn't much use. The Vibranium arrows are great, and the ability to stun and or confuse with the sonic arrows and the electric arrows is really handy, and the explosive arrow is good too. That helped me take down Madam Hydra. So there we go, there's 4 experimental weapons out, or 3 experimental weapons out, and an energy shield. I do hope I haven't messed that up. No, I haven't. Good. So that's it. So I do hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit tasty at the end there. I do need to increase the difficulty somehow. I will use Spider-Woman, I think, in my next game to do the second part of the campaign with I think that's against the Absorbing Man. We should just see how that goes. I'll practice, and if it's too easy with just her, I will then increase the difficulty. So I haven't done any deck building, but we'll see how we go with just the cards out of the box for now. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it interesting. Do let me know if you didn't. I think I've kicked my camera all over the place today, but hopefully not. So yeah, until next time, I'm really enjoying my Marvel Champions. It's a really nice way of killing half an hour or 45 minutes, and it's kind of challenging but not too mind-bending, really easy to set up, and I'm really enjoying it. So hope you are too, and we'll see you soon on the Agents of Sigmar.